Alright, I'm gonna record another session of this while I wait for my buddy to show up, so we might get some additional commentary. Wait a minute, I know where this is. That used to not go through.
Hey, Marked One. It's great to see you're alive and even had time to stop by. Come inside. There's something interesting coming up that I want to talk to you about.
Is it me going to go kill the military outpost? Because now they're actively out to kill me? Whoops. Well, now they know I'm coming. I chose the wrong direction. Hey, Fred. I'm recording a session of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, which you're not gonna be able to see unless you come sit down next to me, because I didn't set up the dual monitor for anybody else.
Okay.
Where on earth did that bandit go? Did he go up onto the roof? He did not. Did he commit suicide? Did he jump off a roof? I do not know. Also, because when I bought my copy of Fortnite, I own 2 copies of Fortnite. It's also free to play. So if you want the version we're going to be doing is also free to play. So you can just use that computer. Crazy
True.
notion.
But if you're streaming something, then that is the...
Oh, come on. Where on earth is that bandit that I just killed? Also, why am I running around with my pistol that I only have 3 bullets for? I mean, mind you, it's like a deagle, but 3 deagle bullets is not worth, 260. Aw, my friend! I saved him! Alright, cool. I guess there's no bandit here. He just etherealed off into a different plane of existence, and I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna find out what my...
He entered the glitch zone!
I mean, it is S.T.A.L.K.E.R, so... What is this map?! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm in the coordinates, so I will zoom in. I found a button that allows me to centralize on myself. Okay. Kill the bandits at the car park. Okay, so I'm at the car park. Where is this last bandit? I will stab him. Heads up, stabbing dudes in this game, pretty hard. Because the animation is not great.
Yeah, S.T.A.L.K.E.R's one of those janky kind of games.
It's a beautiful game, and you will shut your mouth.
Hey, beautiful and janky aren't contradictory. Friday the 13th is incredibly janky.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have not had any game, well, I mean, aside from disconnects, I've not had any game screwing, bugs in a while. So, maybe...
What, is nobody playing Bugsy or something? But
Sure. Actually, the last several rounds, no one has been playing Bugsy.
Isn't he good, though?
He's good, but he's kind of the last person you want on your team, because he himself doesn't do very much. He hasn't even survived. I guess he has good stamina and good speed, but basically his role is as your, like, 3rd or 4th to just ball of people.
Oh, okay, so he's not that great.
It's just like he's not in and of himself someone that you're going to have on your team. Like, you construct your team, the very first person you want is someone who can actually repair stuff, actually accomplish objectives. So that's Adam, AJ, Fox, pretty much anyone with a 5 repair or higher. And then you're set, you're like second or third slots. You might have like a Tiffany or someone, so like a scout to get stuff done, because that's more useful. And Tiffany is a better scout because she has good speed, good stamina, and good stealth. So she can, like, safely get stuff without alerting Jason, which kind of defeats the purpose once Jason knows that something's been dropped by the car. You can trap it or just, like, hug the car. And then your third person will be someone, again, like an Adam. So the reason why Adam and Fox are in my opinion, so good is they fill your beater slot and they fill your,
repair slot.
They fill your repair slot, yeah, whereas Bugsy is just a beater slot with some ability to survive. Great ability to survive. High stamina, high speed. But that having been said, when you're trying to get out of the car, when things go pear-shaped, you want a Bugsy because he will stun Jason.
Is that a way of saying ass up?
Yes. Yeah. A foobar, etc. Yep. I'm surprised you never heard that expression.
I've never heard pear shapes.
Yep. I'm not sure the etymology. I'm curious. So did you hear that they might have found, at least, and it seems quite likely, the body of Amelia Earhart?
I don't have a slowpoke for that. I heard that like 5 days ago.
I heard it on the radio yesterday, and then a lot of the science articles just had it today.
This guy has no ammo for me. I'm like, yeah, I've got a bunch of artifacts to sell for you. You got any good guns or ammo for me? And he's like, no, I have nothing. I'm just like, why? Just give me the good shit. Just call me a whiny face.
Well, no, I mean, there's a reality. It's kind of like not finding anything in FTL.
For real. Also, I don't know if you can get your gear repaired. Because my science suit is starting to take some damage. I mean, I can obviously just go back to the scientists and see if they'll sell me another suit. Hey, you know what I don't need? 12 doses of radiation drugs. I might not keep my Big Ben pistol because it's hard to find ammo for it. It's also hard to find ammo for the sub-pistol I have. Why do I keep picking guns that don't have common ammo types?
Not bad.
So the origin for pear-shaped is unclear, but one theory says that it is RAF slang, referring to the difficulty performing aerobatic loops, which were described as pear-shaped if executed imperfectly.
Oh, instead of a loop?
Yep. Or possibly like the plan being like a perfect circle, and then when something goes wrong, the plan has now become pear-shaped because it's no longer a perfect circle.
So yeah, I haven't played this Stalker in so long I forget where everything is and who has like what kind of inventory, and I don't think there's a weapon vendor. And also, these military guys tried to kill me, so I'm gonna go take their outpost. I've got this really cool bullpup rifle. I have no idea what its equivalent is in real life.
The Bulldog, because that wasn't a fake gun.
The Bulldog. Also, definitely not a fake gun. This tree and low visibility will help me and not them, right? From their outpost position where they're dug in with machine guns and whatnot. explosives at me. I mean, not successfully, but they are.
That's kind of surprising. My understanding was that explosives are often very lethal in that game. Randomly so.
If you could, yes. if you can actually aim them, because they're almost as likely to kill you as they are the enemy. It's like Prospector Jenkins, Grim Servant of Death. What was that? Just Prospector Jenkins. No. You said something else. My name is Prospector Jenkins, Grim Servant of Death.
So there's a real Bulldog revolver, but was it perfect,
oh yeah,
was it Perfect Dark that it was? It was like one bullpup kind of gun.
I think the satellite is the bullpup gun in that game, or the laptop.
Yeah, well, yes, obviously the laptop gun, but like there was like all those fake guns in GoldenEye. Like the Dostove, the PPK.
PPK is a real gun.
Well, the PP7 is the fake gun.
Cleaning house in a military base, leaving with more ammo than I came in with. Running inside before I get shot to death and bleed out. Man, my armor is taking a beating. No. What's it called when an ant colony starts acting really weird because their queens died? I know colony collapse, but
yeah, that's can be not seeing a specific
Anyway, there were ants in the walls of the shed here, and I poisoned them, and now they are acting really weird.
Yeah, they're slowly dying, unless they manage to find a juvenile ant.
A juvenile queen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they'll just kidnap queens, won't they?
Yeah, or I think they can do the thing like frogs do. I think occasionally a male can become a female ant.
Huh. Anyway, I've been bitten like 5 times today. It's pretty annoying. Oh no, Fred, there are too many guns.
And Stalker?
I literally can't carry them all I literally can't carry them all back to the vendor, but then again I have so much money I don't care. I just wanted to go grab this item that was back here. I mean, let's carry the pistols back, because pistols are almost weightless, and they're actually more tedious to drop than they are to sell. If you're close enough to a vendor, of course.
The security service of Ukraine is calling all right-minded and loyal citizens to collaborate with the authorities. Report all known cases.
Somebody's bleeding out somewhere. I'm just like hearing this guy. Oh, God. Okay, let's just put you out of your misery.
Mama.
Dangerous for human health and life. Only with your help can we eliminate this hideous phenomenon. Do not put your lives and the lives of your families at risk for the sake of dubious profit.
I think I finally found and destroyed the loudspeaker. And I'm leaving with, I think, 20 bullets over what I came here with. Great. And now when I close my eyes, I'll see the faces of the men that I've killed. Just like that golem. Wow, really? That was an old roleplay callback, and you didn't bite.
I didn't get it.
Oh, you weren't a part of that one?
I might not have been.
Oh. David was playing a character that could summon golems. I can't remember which anime he had a hard-on for at the time, but anyway.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this character. I don't remember. I think I remember the session.
So, basically, on the white side of his family, they were Jewish in the past. And now he is the rightful heir for this golem that's been around for centuries. Anyway, so he's given the golem, and it's apparently killed a lot of people.
Go then.
There are golems in Stalker?
Not in Stalker, no. No. I was making a joke, because I killed a bunch of men and got almost nothing for it. And so I'm just like, now I'm just haunted by the memories of the faces of the people that I've killed. Didn't even mean to carry that gun back here.
Yeah, it was always funny when, to David's credit, he would occasionally try something outside of his wheelhouse.
No, I think he's actually a pretty apt role player.
But it was always kind of funny when you could tell,
what anime he had just finished watching.
Yeah, and that he was definitely like, I like this idea, like his
Not
Beetleborg.
bad.
Like, I don't really know
Pretty
what to
good
do.
stuff you've got there.
Yeah, I wasn't around for that one. I'm not sure if I'd even joined yet.
I don't remember which one that
Now
was.
that's the way to go.
Alright, now I should be able to run indefinitely, only using a few of these artifacts instead of all 5 of my slots. So I'll put in this soul! And then this meat chunk! And this... what's common? Radiation is very common. You know, I don't like bleeding, so I'll equip this anomaly that makes it so I don't bleed. How much money do I have now, and do I ever even need to look at an anomaly again, except for if it's for a mission? No, I have 200,000, and like I think the most expensive gun is like 50, so
Hey, Mark,
kind of know.
get your ass over here. We need to talk.
I'll talk in a second, dude. There's a stash up here, and sometimes stashes have good shit in it. That one didn't. Go on.
Oh God, I was just reading the Penny Arcade about the Neil Armstrong of horse fucking.
What?
So it was in response to, I think it's in Second Life. Someone spent they make real money making fake drugs, like like it'll like give you blurring. Like they did all this research to make it so that it was like a realistic experience in the game. And
Except it's digital and you don't get all the body dysmorphia.
right. So the upside is you don't get the high. The downside is you don't get the high. It's pretty much one of those things. But
Mistakes were made.
Tycho decided to let's write a comic and take us really far. Where he talks about if I can't upload my consciousness into the ready meat of a sex-crazed centaur by 2021, there'll be blood in the streets. What? Why a centaur? Man, just read my book. I don't have time for this. And it's Alpha Centauri. Hard load. Tycho Brahe. Centauri standing for Cyber Rogers Nanite Thoroughbred as ultimate rider in her species.
Of course.
Because they do love their animal sex jokes.
Yeah, no, I just don't love that. Guys, I'm not actually like that. Like, you understand that, right?
I am not secretly gay, and Tycho's not secretly into animal fucking.
I love all the comics where it's just like, where he's secretly gay. Oh god, mistakes were made. Please let there nobody in this train car. Even though, AK bullets would just rip right through the sheet metal of the train car. Is that not true, Fred? Would the bullets...
Well, I think it depends on the kind of train car, but like the big freight.
No, this looks like a passenger.
A passenger car? Yeah, no, they're not that thick. I think that might be I'm actually curious. Thickness of walls of passenger train cars.
I also
because now that I think about it, there's handrails. Cars. So, for example, a rail car that carries crude oil is 7/16 of an inch. So not much. So yeah, probably can. It must seem thicker, but I'm guessing there must be like insulation or
something.
And definitely there has to be space underneath the carriage to for bags and stuff. So probably when you take into account all the things that you're trying to remove or add, it can't actually be that much metal.
Oh lord. Yeah. Tried to switch positions and accidentally lifted up part of the couch and then hurt my foot. I'll be fine. Ow! Well, I got shot to death. I can't figure out a way to come at these guys with cover. And I accidentally went to the main menu. Because I'm a Toolerson.
So yeah, I've now beaten both of the Slay the Spire heroes.
Cool.
Yep, it was.
That game seems rather bullshitty.
It is. I still submit that it is less bullshitty than the most bullshit FTL runs because.
Are you playing on easy or normal? Because you know that game was test balanced by people who absolutely love a stupid difficult.
Oh, I know. I played easy normal. I haven't unlocked hard. Hard is just.
I've played it on. I have not beaten it on hard. I have unlocked hard, but
yeah.
I have not.
So, but even on easy, like you're. Admittedly, I complete most easy runs. It is very much easier. Normal though is definitely difficult. But what I'm saying is that FTL. I'm not saying FTL is too hard. I actually think that it's probably better balanced than Slay the Spire at the moment. But the thing in FTL is that if you get a bad run, you're fucked. There are some runs, maybe it's only 10% of runs, but those 10%, you don't get the right items, you get bad encounters at the wrong times, you lose. There's nothing you can do. Slay the Spire doesn't feel that way. Maybe it is, but there's at least...
I've played a few Slay the Spire games, because you left your account open over here.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and just used it. there was one round where I was doing really, really, really well, and then one of the bosses just decided that they had had enough of my bullshit and killed me in one hit.
Yeah, so the red hero, the way I won with him was a strength deck. The easiest boss is the Deca and the Donu, I believe.
I was running a pro wound deck. Now, if I didn't have the card that made it so I did a bunch of damage with more wounds in my hand, I was kind of shafted. But
yeah. But that card, that actually you had evolve in the deck, so you were drawing constantly.
Yes.
So you get back to that card. That deck is not bad because you get block, you get damage, etc. The thing is, strength decks they're not consistent. But if you have enough, if you get enough other stuff, like I got the bite random encounter, a few other things. So I had Vamp, I had Reaper, and both times I won, I think one of the best relics in the game is the one where if a card is exhausted, you get a new card. Which can include...
Oh, also, the starting relics you can get are just so bad most of the time. I re-rolled, like, a lot.
Yes. I had one, though, where I got Runic Pyramid. And that one is godlike. That was the game I won. Because I started Runic Pyramid, and I had... Once you have Runic Pyramid and once you have Ice Cream, this is the way I won with the green character, you can keep both your cards and your energy between rounds. So I could fill up my hand, and then I just got cards that let me drew, and cards that let me got energy. Things like Flying Knee. I got the card, which is seemingly not very good. You discard 2 cards, and you get three cards from one before, upgraded 2 before, 2 after, and you get 3 energy from it. But when you're constantly drawing, and you're exhausting cards, and putting them back in your hand, you have fodder. So, I would have like 12 energy and could play tons of my hand, and then literally, if I took the one, I think it's the Igloo or something, where where there's no enemy intents, so, but you get extra energy. That sucks a little bit, but I know the game well enough at this point that I can basically deduce what they're going to be doing. And so, actually, I won that way with the other one, too. So, actually, it's pretty consistent between my 2 runs that are successful, having similar things. But, yeah, so with the red run, I was just doing, like, 100 damage a hit. Like, by the time I killed them, it was
That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, strength decks get out of hand, because what you do is you get Demon Form, gaining 3 strength a turn, you might keep in Flame, that's just flat 2, and then you do things like Find Weakness to get 4, you might keep a Strength Potion, and then use Limit Breaks, which double. So once you've had, like, 30 turns, and you get 2 Limit Breaks in a turn, and you have 120 Strength, you play your Heavy Blade for, like, 500 damage.
That's silly.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Strength decks are very good, but they're somewhat unreliable. And they're a little slow. The only reason why I won was because Deku and Dono are a little slow. They start out doing maybe like 13 a hit. I mean, it's like maybe more like 26 per turn. But if you have a good deck by that point, you have enough block or enough life gain or whatnot to deal with that. But then every 2 turns out of 3, the big donut gives them both more attack, and then the 3rd turn, the other one gives them a block. So what that means is you have a little time before they get out of hand, and that's perfect for the decks I was running. With the strength deck, I just need a little time to get strength. With the fat hand deck, I just needed a little time. I'm like, I'm just going to play just enough cards to get enough block, knowing I need about 20 block to not take too much. So throughout the block, I have played the Thread Needle, so I get a bonus 5. I played Needle and Orichalcum are a very good combo, because at that point you get 11. If you don't play any block, you'll get 11 block.
Oh, wow.
That's really solid. It's not, at the end game, it's not a ton, but it literally means that on those turns that you just need to do damage before a thief runs off, or something gets too fat for you to kill, you have that ability, like, you know what, I can mitigate at least some of this. So with that combo, I was able to survive maybe 2 or 3 rounds without taking any damage. And then, like, I literally got a perfect, against one of the bosses that run. So that's an achievement I have unlocked now. And then, once I just had a fat hand, like 12 energy, it didn't matter. Just like, okay, play, like, 10 cards, play everything. Oh, somebody got exhausted. New card, play it too, don't care. And then just kind of whittle down with, like, 8 turns of weakness and all sorts of good stuff. So that... The...
Sorry, I'm not able to converse right now. I am pumping bullets into military guys with, military-grade hardware. And then I get lucky and land a headshot. That was hilarious. The guy, like, went flying after I shot him.
Oh, Scribblenauts Unlimited, cool. Oh, Death Road to Canada is on sale. I might pick it up.
What is that?
It is another roguelike, a randomly generated road trip simulator. You try to, it's like combine Oregon Trail and like 8-bit zombie nonsense and Canadian humor.
I mean, do you just run around calling each other hosers?
I'm not sure if that comes up in the game, but I think there's like Zamboni jokes and.
That's not good enough, Fred. I need all my jokes to be about apple pie and guns.
By Canadian humor, I don't just mean humor's about Canadians. I mean like that kind of Canadian-style humor.
I don't know what that means.
Canadian humor is similar to English humor, but more gregarious. So it's like halfway between English and American humor in that, like, if you know anything about is it Bill and Doug McKenzie? This movie is filled in 3 beers, and it looks pretty good. So a little more kind of blue collar and subtle than.
Because I hate Trailer Park Boys. I'm like, this is embarrassingly terrible garbage.
I think Trailer Park Boys is kind of like the It's Always Sunny of Canadian comedy.
It's just that those characters are so unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's very heightened. It's kind of like Seinfeld or It's Always Sunny, where it's like the characters are just
absurdist,
stupid and awful and absurd. Yeah. I've been watching Steam or AP Bio recently, and I'm enjoying that. It's not genius. It's kind of derivative. It's basically like NBC got the memo that they can have bad people in their comedies again. So they basically hired, Glenn Howard, and they hired Dennis from It's Always Sunny to basically play Dennis but with brains. Like, the very first thing you see is him taking out a crowbar to threaten a man who he nearly ran over.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do those guys have so much time?
That's a good question. Yeah, because most of them are in two at least. I'm not sure if the Mick got continued, got renewed.
The Mick?
That was, I guess that's season 2. That was Kaylin Olsen's other show. Where basically she is again, very much like Dee, a complete sociopath drunkard who basically has to take care of her wealthy sister's spoiled kids after the mom flees the country to avoid criminal charges. So she basically, like, has to be the new aunt when they're used to being, like, upscale, and the kids are douchebags because they're spoiled.
Got it.
So, yeah, I guess they have they've had 2 seasons. So yeah, basically It's Always Sunny definitely helped kind of create a style of comedy at this point. Of just terrible, terrible human beings.
Sounds great. The guy's got a lot of money on him. Okay, we're gonna go drop this off here. And we're gonna call it. This episode's gone on long enough. This is pretty much a skippable episode, though. Other than the commentary, of course. Content-wise, this episode is dry.
Okay.
You can't even see it, yeah. I didn't do much. I killed a bunch of military dudes, went and stole, like, a thing from their base. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just autopiloting it.
Well, as long as you were talking.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
I'm actually gonna
good
do
hunting,
a few
Stalker.
missions in the local area before I move on. Gonna go purge some mutants. Good thing I'm faster than all these pigs.
I assume by pigs you mean cops, or do you mean literal pigs?
Literal swine.
Okay.
I'm supposed to kill all the swine in this area, and I was just looking at my map to see where other missions were at.
Oh boy, more deck building roguelikes.
They've got to be pretty easy to program.
Oh yeah. You have one called Monster Slayers.
Come at me, dog. Come at me, dog. Dog? Don't make me cut a bitch. I'm gonna cut a bitch either way. I stabbed your friend. Come avenge him. That's not a dog. That's a rock.
Rock lobster.
Oh god, that's not just one pig, it's two pigs! It's twice as deadly! And 3 times as smelly! If I can't find somebody to repair my gear, I'm gonna have to get a new gun. Because this one is starting to break, I do believe. Never mind! This thing's condition is near maxed out. Don't know why it jammed, though. I can't kill all the doggos if there are no doggos to kill.
Poor doggos.
They're already blinded by the radiation.
Oh, okay.
They're not nice doggos. They're wild dogs.
I got that. I don't think I like this new Steam interface.
There's a new Steam interface?
At least on this laptop, it's like this full screen nonsense.
Oh, you opened Steam Big Picture. Close it.
Okay.
No, everyone hates Big Picture. Now I'm gonna have a commenter. Big Picture's the greatest thing to happen to PC gaming ever.
Is it?
That was the joke, Fred.
It's one of those things where I don't even understand the point.
I don't think anyone does.
Minimize big picture. Thank you. It's not even easy to get out of, and that's pretty inexcusable.
No. You can literally accidentally turn off your computer instead of closing that.
Yeah, it's like
And
exit
that's
big
annoying.
picture.
I'm like, why? Who would do this to themselves?
Okay, now let's see if I can just open regular Steam. There you go.
It's like for someone who bought a PC and was just like, I want my PC to not be a PC.
To be fair, so a number of people want to have something like a tablet layout. They want to have things be easier to use.
Well, those
and
people
prettier.
are wrong!
And it's weird because, like, Steam, I mean, obviously I guess Steam wants to make sure that they avoid this reputation, but it's like, the kind of people who are using Steam, are, you know, they know what they're doing.
Ah, bandits, why? Ah, why are you after me? Bandits, military, oh my, and pseudo dogs, oh my. I guess everybody just wants a piece of me.
Finish donut with a feed? Oh, that's funny. Ooh,
Okay,
donut. Have 999 block during combat?
What?
The idea would be that you would use barricade and, I think entrench. So you would just basically, like, farm some weak enemy. I'm trying to think what you'd even do it to. Some enemies have increasing strength, so they would eventually get out of hand. And some enemies, like thieves, run away. Maybe you do it to, like... Yeah, it's actually kind of tough. Most things do one of those two things. Either run away or, get stronger and stronger. I think the one that does the enfeebling spores doesn't. So maybe against that, you would just kind of have, you'd have that wound-generating card, and you would have, Juggernaut. Actually, you wouldn't play Juggernaut, because Juggernaut could kill them. You'd have the card, I think it's, Invincible or something, where you basically get 30 block, but it exhausts. And then you'd try to get, 150 block, and then you'd play Entrench, and they'd keep, playing block cards. It would take forever.
Oh my gosh, my Facebook friend up in Oregon, there was pro North Korea propaganda, plastered all over this plaza. And he's just like, if you plastered pro-American propaganda in North Korea, you die. Here, nobody cares, man. It's North Korea. I mean, these are all military dudes. Dog! Dog! Anybody else? You want some? Man, the side of my face just really, really started to itch. I'm not talking regular itch either. I'm talking meth addicts talking about shit itching.
Are you still streaming?
I am.
Okay. Because I was just watching the Sardonicast, their third episode, and they posed an interesting topic, which is, so Ralph the movie maker, he had first said that to Adam of Your Movie Sucks,
yeah,
that Adam should give some shows a bigger chance. Adam has quit things like Mr. Robot for 3 episodes, and he thinks that's not really long enough for a show. Okay, that's, to be fair, I argue for people to watch Yu Hakusho for, get past the early part.
It does take a bit to get into it.
And I understand that. So it's and then he said that he didn't complete, he played only a few hours Witness, and Adam's like, well, I mean, okay, is that different? And I was saying, well, I do think video games, I think the best comparison is, it depends on why you're stopping to play a video game. For Ralph, it was because he was done, he'd done all the puzzles, and he wasn't getting immersed into the other parts of that experience in that game. So, to me, that's fine. To me, the correct analogy is not game to narrative media, right? The correct analogy is game to all film to televised media. And if you're playing a game where you don't like the basic gameplay, or the really basic premise, it's like watching reality TV that you don't like. You don't need to watch a whole season of a reality TV show to know that it's not your thing. If you've watched, 2 episodes, you go, okay, I see what this is about. I do not need to watch a season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians to know probably not my thing. I could probably watch 1 episode and go, yeah, I don't really care. Because the fundamental format is the problem. And the format is repetitive, right?
I don't even know what the format is, other than, ooh, they're super hot because they've had a ton of plastic surgery.
Basically, following their life, following their dramas, just since the real world. Just one kind of reality show is people drama. And they're vaguely more interesting because they're famous and often because they are bigger personalities. But
I've got my own problems to deal with.
Sure, and so for some people, they want that wish fulfillment, or they want Schadenfreude, or both. You can actually experience both in the same show. So it's hey, these people who have all this money, they have all the same shit I have to deal with. That's fine. So, but my point being that I was thinking about that, is an interesting point. And ultimately the issue how much you need to play something boils down to a value. It's not a factual debate, it's a value issue. How much do we think something deserves a chance? And it's true, I mean, think about, like, man, if you stop watching Breaking Bad, or Mr. Robot, or Yu Hakusho, before Yu Hakusho, probably if you get past the first arc with Kuramihie and Goki, if you're not like when he's actually a detective, if you're not like you by then, you probably say, okay, this is my deal. But you can't extrapolate from those first few episodes. The point I would make is that you can't. In a video game, it's very hard to skip things. In a TV show or a movie, you can. If there's like a 10-minute segment in a movie or 10 episodes of a TV show where you're just not engaged, you could just skip it and read a summary on Wikipedia or even just watch their previously on, and it might summarize you well enough. And then you can get back in and go, okay, I like this well enough, maybe I'll go back to the original. I thought that was an interesting question. I do need to try Mr. Robot. My parents really liked it.
I also need to try it.
They said that it was very good. The main character is very intense. There's some interesting character twists, and it's definitely an original idea. Well, I mean, from the perspective of network TV, it's an interesting concept and explores some interesting domain. And the most recent Banner Arcade was, of course, the same thing about the most recent Jim Sterling video about the round table at the White House about violent video games.
They had a thing about violent video games?
Yeah, they invited basically some of the few remaining, critics.
Even though the research all points to that it's actually more of a help than a hindrance.
It's really complicated. I would not say that there is no evidence that there is no connection between violent media and video game, or violent media and violence. The connection is very slight because video violent and the cathartic factor is non-trivial. It's a relevant thing to bear in mind. The media does not actually shape our behavior very much. That is pretty well agreed by everyone who's being serious. But it does shape our values, and that's values in the very kind of nebulous, generic sense. And I do think there is a valuable discussion to have. This kind of discussion Ralph Nader kind of has had about violent video games, where there are some assumptions about video games about militarism and violence and the efficacy of violence that do kind of serve some political and social agendas, right? And have some political assumptions. And there was one, there's a really good video on this by Campster, actually, where he talked about why violence is so common in video games. And one of the biggest reasons isn't even the fact that it's targeted at white men.
It's easy to program.
There's almost no alternative, because if you're thinking about video games, computers do one of two things well. Simulate space, movement through space, or simulate simulation, basically do math. So either you play a game like a baseball simulator, like a management simulator, where you're looking at statistics and so on, and most of the actual game, most of the stuff that decides what happens is based on the math, or you play a game that you move through space. Well, there's only so much you can do with that, and violence is one of the easiest ways to have narrative satisfaction, visceral images to show in marketing, and that you can actually program. And of course, social, any other kind of approach is much harder, much more abstract, or one of the, think about it, there's very few times, there's Fallout 1 where it's done well. Where literally, in order to talk the master down, it's not a matter of speech checks.
I'm gonna cut the recording here. We'll pick this topic right back up.
Ooh,